Welcome to Two Poor Artists, where we're poor at moving forward as always, but mostly we're poor at making art. I'm Isaac.
And my name is Benj.
And this week, wait, are you supposed to say? Me? Me. I'm going to say, this week, we bought a book.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that we didn't buy this book for its cover.
But will you say?
I will. Just look at the cover of this book. It's beautiful. It's called Forward as Always, and it's by one of our favorite, maybe our favorite YouTuber ever.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Olan Rogers. Olan Rogers.
Here, I'll...
Olin. See, Olan Rogers is a great man of YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
He has made videos on YouTube. He made lots of videos on YouTube in the past and in the present and probably in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Videos like he would tell stories about the ghost in the stall.
Right.
And he would make skits like the lion's blaze.
Or like when Christopher Robin came to his birthday party.
Yeah, that was a pretty great one too.
Mm-hmm.
He does, ghost hunting sort of videos now, which are, like you'd think that's just a bunch of baloney, but it's because it's him.
Mm-hmm.
It's wonderful.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
The thing about Olan Rogers, whatever he does is hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
He had a TV show, like this show called Final Space, one of the greatest animated shows ever made. And it's going to be one of the greatest graphic novels ever made once he gets to make his graphic novel for it.
Is there a D in his last name?
Oh, this is embarrassing.
Rogers?
Olan, look. Olan Rogers. Look at the book. That's what I'm trying to say.
Right. Yeah.
Rogers.
Okay.
Not Rogers.
So I spelled it right.
Olan Rogers. Whatever Olan Rogers does turns to gold.
Well,
Comedy gold.
Yeah. It's unfortunately for him, it's the opposite.
He's King Midas of the comedy world, but also just can't. Like, people don't appreciate his genius.
Well, but it's not only that. Like, he tried to open up that, soda bar, and a hurricane destroyed it.
I thought it was a tornado, but either way.
And then he did something else.
Olan Rogers
he just
deserves to be the top YouTuber.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He deserves to be the top television person.
Yeah.
He also deserves to be the top author, which is what brings us to today.
He needs to be #1 bestseller.
Yeah, he wrote a book with Jake Sidwell. If you don't know who Jake Sidwell is, that's okay.
Yeah.
You should know who Olan Rogers is. And once you know who Olan Rogers is, you'll care about Jake also.
Because he's his friend.
Mm-hmm.
That's what matters.
That is what matters. This book, which we have not read.
No, not yet.
See, that's how much we have faith in this. We didn't know anything about this book other than Olan Rogers was co-author.
He said it will be good. So we bought it.
We bought this book to support Olan Rogers because that's how much we care about him.
Mm-hmm.
We care so much about you, Olan.
Oh, you're assuming he's watching.
I am hopeful.
I mean, we should send this video to him.
Olan, we hope you're watching, and we hope you understand that it's because of you that we're doing what we're doing. That would be a shame, actually. We can't possibly blame you for the content we put out.
No.
Don't
take offense by
please
what
don't.
was
I didn't mean what I just said. And if you think I do mean what I just said, please listen now while I say that I don't mean what I just said.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't. And if you can't trust that too, well then maybe you'll stick around for the art.
I guess you'll just have to be on our video or let us be on your video so we can prove it to you.
There is, I think I can say this pretty definitively, no other YouTuber I would ever care to meet.
I think there's no other famous person.
Yeah. He's the top of my list.
Mm-hmm.
So, Olan, we are here today to help promote your book, Forward as Always. Forward as always. Because we want you to become a New York Times bestseller. To get one up on your older brother.
Which is a noble goal.
Because if you get one up on your older brother and you become a New York Times bestseller, you're going to throw a pizza party. And we want to come to that. Like, we want to come to that so badly. That's why we bought a book. We didn't buy 5,000 books due to our poor nature.
Also, though, Olan, I've never met your brother, but I can guarantee you're funnier than him.
Yeah, no,
like,
he
you already
seems
have
like
one up on him.
He seems like a stick in the mud compared to you.
Well, but everyone is.
Well, so is,
like,
but his brother's part of it.
Like, if there's a person in this world that maxed out charisma,
it's Olan Rogers. It's true. Yeah, he rolled like a nat 20 twice.
And then, like, got bonuses.
There's a nice D&D reference that should be appreciated.
As the kids would say nowadays.
Don't say it. Don't steep to the... Don't...
I think it's time to start drawing.
Oh, you didn't steep to it. I thought you were. I thought, like, after that long, awkward pause, you were going to actually.
No, they know what the kids would say.
Do they? Do they though? Like, I do.
Yeah.
But like for the grandparents at home, do you think they know? Although grandparents are also like our parents now, which is somewhat disturbing.
The difference though is that grandparents would probably know what the word charisma means.
Yeah.
And all the kids nowadays have shortened it to the point that they don't even know what it means.
But we're not going to say what it is.
No.
That they have done to the word.
I'm gonna draw.
We're gonna draw forward
as always.
We were gonna draw Olan Rogers, but then we didn't know what an Olan was.
I mean, other than a great man.
That is a fact. You can take that with you to the bank, and you can put it in the vending. No, not the vending machine. What is that machine?
The like sucking tube thing?
The sucking tube machine. That's definitely not what I meant, but I guess that works too. I was thinking of the ATM, not the.
I thought you meant like you go to the drive-thru of the bank and there's that tube.
Yeah, I mean that is a thing from like left over from the 20s that we still use because they wanted to have 2 lanes in the drive-thru at the bank, and that was the best they could do. Tesla really needs to come up with something that can, outdo that. Like a drone. The Tesla drone.
That brings things from your car
to the window.
Inside of the bank?
Yeah. Because, like, aren't you always worried that your important documents and money are going to get stuck in that tube, and then, like, Mr. Fantastic with his long, stretchy arms going to have to show up and save the day? That's what I always think about.
I mean, I've never been concerned.
Like, how many times do you think they get stuck in there a week?
I mean, I've never experienced it. So
but, like,
it must
but, like,
not happen very often.
Like, I am constantly surprised when I pull up to one of those that there isn't somebody freaking out because their, paycheck is stuck in the tube.
Right, but you've also never seen or heard of it happening.
I've also only been to the bank drive-thru maybe once.
Oh. That's not very much.
Well, I don't deal in professions that deal in cash. Like, I'm not paid under the table. Like, I'm not a waitress or other people that get paid in cash. Well, people leave their payment on the table.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a woman. It also occurs to me that people cannot see what we are drawing currently.
Oh. Well, we should fix that.
Isn't that interesting? Ah, there she is.
They also didn't the whole misspelling of Olan Rogers thing. I'll edit that in later, so this conversation doesn't make any sense.
Are you going to redraw the beginning of this woman?
No.
We are 9 minutes and 24 seconds in.
I'm not redrawing this. I drew this much so far.
But you think Olan probably got bored. He's probably like, where's the picture, boys?
What? No, we were talking about banks. So I was super excited.
Yeah, not Beehive Beatrice here.
Olan was probably like...
What is that? A pearl necklace?
Yeah.
She is classy.
Olan was probably like, this is the most interesting bank conversation I've ever heard.
I think it probably ranks into the top several. Like, how many bank conversations do people have, like, in life? Like, if you're a banker, that number goes up significantly. If you're married to a banker, it goes up significantly. If your dad's a banker, you probably avoid conversations about it because your dad's boring and he talks about nothing but the bank. But then it's still probably above average. Like you and I have never... Well, no, that's not true. We had that one argument that one time about the bank. What? Yeah, I'm sorry.
I think the only conversation worse than the conversation about bank
It's the conversation about the conversation
about bank.
Yeah, that is. It's a desperate move. We could talk about art instead.
She's got long legs.
Hey,
so that
advanced art technique right there.
I drew her too high from the board.
She is a lengthy lady.
Yep, and that's just part of her
charm. Her charm is that you can't see her feet because they're off screen.
Mm-hmm.
That's an advanced art technique. We're all about advanced art techniques. I feel like we invent new ones quite often, but we don't really talk about them.
Mm-hmm.
The perfectly symmetrical lining up of the legs. That's an advanced art technique.
Yep.
Oh, she has one of those creatures from Alien coming out of her.
This is an arm.
Oh, that is unfortunate. The accident that she has been involved in that took the hand. What is? Oh, it was a different kind of accident. What is that? A pizza?
No, it's just like a plate.
Is it a book? Is it Olan Rogers' book?
Nope.
Is it a glass of water for Olan? Olan, we would love to bring you a glass of water for the record. We're fond of taking trips. Mm-hmm. I asked ChatGPT the other day about us. I asked it like, who are the two poor artists? And it quickly scanned our YouTube channel, and it thinks we're all about road trips.
Yeah, so we may as well do a road trip
to you,
to wherever you are,
wherever you're hiding these days, near or far. We will.
Mm-hmm. Well, road trip.
We'll bring you a glass of water.
Do we bring our signature drink?
I think if we
black water mixed with white Gatorade.
If we care about this great man, we probably shouldn't. I'd like to point out that if these two people were in the room together in the real world, and this person's eyes, like imagine meeting someone whose eyes are 7 or 8 times as big as your eyes. Mm-hmm. Just imagine what that would do to you, like mentally, emotionally. And if they were wearing a shower cap, it would just multiply the pain. This person is so big. like we could jest about them being just real close to the artist.
They're a little bit closer.
But let's admit, shower cap Susan over here is much more than that. She is. Oh, is it a she? No, look at that straight line. No curves. That's how you can tell a woman. Curves. They never talk about a guy's curves. They just say you're fat. They're not like, you got curves in all the right places. They're like, you got curves, man. Go to the gym.
Yeah, there are no right places.
No right places for a man to have curves. I've always been quite upset about that. You grow up hearing about curves. And you're just like, I think I'll try some. And then people are like, oh, golly, why does he have that flipper of an arm? Shower cap Sam here is just real. Say no. His face, he's just, I'm all for, couples. Mm-hmm. But if your significant other has a head that is larger than most of you, seek another spouse.
Telling people to get divorced?
No.
Size of the
no. They're not married yet. They're just
You said seek another spouse.
But like I think this person, I think this person could be my spouse. No, seek another spouse. That is not your spouse. And I know some people will call me, headist for this. It's a form of like racism, I think. Like you're against people with heads that are 4 times the size of yours, aren't you?
Mm-hmm. Like babies.
Backwards thinking. Yeah, babies.
You're against babies.
Oh,
babies.
Babies in Modoc.
Here first. Isaac is a baby hater.
I'm a baby proportion head hater
He
as an
doesn't think
adult.
they should get married.
That is an accurate statement. I'm against all kinds of things. It's just a general statement about me. In case you're thinking, is this the only thing he's against? No. I'm against clowns. Clown matrimony. That's about it, though. Those 2 things.
Like our pastor's wife.
She was a clown one time. And the Lord forgives. And the Lord taketh away your desire to be a clown. Forward as always, Dave. What is it? What is this response? Will you marry me? Forward as always, Dave. Do you want your water? I feel like an explanation is in order.
I mean, basically.
What does this mean?
This guy.
Like, what is that response?
Mm-hmm.
He forgot to take his shower cap off, which is a big no.
It's just his hair.
That can't be.
And he asked the waitress to marry him.
Yeah, no, I got that. Her response is what confuses me.
With the forward as always?
Yes.
Well, he's regularly forward.
Oh, like, So, like, he's being very forward.
Yeah.
That
right, like it's a common.
I was lost as to that.
Like it's a pun.
I thought she was kind of like eyes forward, Dave. Like, don't you be grazing
forward as in
that other person with that eyeball. Like, you're very forward, Dave.
Yeah,
as always.
Yeah, forward as always is commonly used as this phrase.
I don't think it is. Olan can weigh in on this, though. I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure he picked the title of this book because it's this common phrase.
I think you're wrong, but I also haven't read the book yet, more than like chapter 1.
Mm-hmm.
Chapter 1 was good
because it's like
I enjoyed chapter 1.
It's a two-way thing. Like you could say forward as always, as in we are always moving ahead.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also forward as always, which is a common phrase that you say when someone is being too forward regularly.
I think she's just trying to say no, Dave.
Oh yeah, I mean for sure.
Like the water comment makes it real clear.
Yeah,
like Dave.
Like she just pushed it aside.
Dave comes in every day, shower cap on head, and asks this question.
Mm-hmm.
He's like not an insomniac, but like one of those people who like proposes a lot. Like, I don't want to say like they lose their memory every day.
Mm-hmm.
But just, it's just like routine for this guy.
When you said insomniac, you meant amnesia.
Amnesiac. Oh, that is.
Insomnia is just you don't sleep.
Yeah, no, I was, you knew eventually what I meant. The point is, Dave needs to get a perm, an anti-perm. Like, that hair is...
straightening perm?
Like, look at it. It's clearly a shower cap. This man doesn't even have an ear or sideburns. It is just all contained up in that cap somewhere. What is that? Is that his hair?
Yeah, like he has like a...
Oh, he has like one of those cool kid buzz cut things where they like draw pictures on the side of your head that last probably 6 minutes. You ever see those things that people do? They go to like a barber who's like too invested in their job. Mm-hmm. And they like, carve an image out of the size of your head, like a graven image.
He's got to have like
for the other children at school to worship. And it's like, wow, Dave. He's one of those guys. One of those mustache. Oh, gosh. It looks like he just has some ketchup on his lip. Like, he just, was eating. Mm-hmm. He also has a parrot mouth now. Like, it's very apparent. It is beaked. No, don't. Nothing you've done for Dave that actually helped. But that didn't. Now he's just a beak-toothed man. Everything you just did to Dave.
Mm-hmm.
Like, look, you notice how she's not looking at Dave? She's looking past to Dave.
Yeah.
Like, she can't bring herself to look at this man. This man who clearly wears lipstick on the top lip only.
Yeah,
And
like he's like looking at her. She's like
she is looking
crazy.
Yeah, grazing him with that eyeball. Like barely doing that, you know? Like why does she have 2 cups of water for him? You know?
He's real thirsty.
Maybe he's like, because he's so forward, she has to like throw them on him. You know? Like it's gonna get to that point. Like it gets to that point every night.
Yeah.
It's escalating.
Like he didn't even order water.
No. She just knows.
She's just like, "Are you ready?"
She's like, it is 4:15 p.m. Dave has just gotten out of the shower and applied lipstick to the top lip. He is still going to bring in his grandmother's ring. That, you know, she knows that because he's explained it.
Yeah.
And it's escalating, this situation. You can tell because it used to just take 1 cup of water, clearly, to get rid of Dave. Now it's 2. You know, there's going to come a time when she's going to have a full tray of water. You've just drawn 2 people. One of them very poorly. That's your whole drawing. That is forward as always. This is going to get people to... Oh, there's a line.
We're gonna attempt.
We're trying to get people to buy Olan Rogers' book so that he can, you know, stick it to his older brother.
I figured
at the holidays.
The less I draw,
the better it will be. Yeah, like, we don't want to scare people away.
Yeah, like because people will like look at the drawing and be like, "Oh, well, if that's what's supporting him."
You know, that was a surprisingly good 3-line perspective. I can tell they are in a sane asylum now. Like just white walls. Like, what is this? Is this a restaurant? Is this a bar? Is this her house? Like, you know, like Dave clearly belongs in an insane asylum. Mr. Birdbeak.
I guess I could like make it.
Usually you don't keep drawing after your name and age.
Well, you complain.
Oh, well, I do that a lot. What is this line? Oh, man. That line has to go through his mouth now. And it's going to awkwardly line up with the tray. What is that line anyway? Is that a bar? Is that a line on the wall?
Yeah, this is the bar. And then there'll be stools.
Olan, we are not good at art.
Oh, yeah. If that wasn't clear. I mean, when you saw our channel name.
Yeah, and I mean...
I guess these are just going to be
we're trying
stools that like go straight into the ground.
This looks like somebody drew a drawing of a bar on the wall.
Well, I'm not finished yet. Once the
these are like vinyl stick-ons to decorate your insane asylum.
Once the perspective.
Why is that one so small?
Well, some of them are smaller than
like
others.
Just for small butt people.
Yeah, you got to have small butt people and big butt people.
Why is that one a mushroom? Belongs in the mushroom kingdom.
It's for the people that need extra comfort.
Why does this bar have such specifically designed bar stools?
It's for their regular.
Like if you're a small butt person, do you have to wait in line for your stool?
No, like they have regulars at this. Well,
Dave clearly makes that clear. What is Dave's stool?
And it's like, okay, why did my
Dave's
glasses just say scent? I'm gonna check what.
Oh, come on, man! This is embarrassing. What did you send?
Well, I don't know.
You and your high-tech eyewear.
But my glasses just said the word scent.
Can you imagine, like 100 years ago, somebody with glasses making that same comment? They would be locked in the same insane asylum that Dave is going to end up in. They'd be like, "My glasses just said scent," and they're like, "Oh my gosh, this guy."
I didn't send a text.
Talking to his... Well, then what did you send? Did you send an image? Was it to Olan? Was it appropriate?
Did I send an email? I didn't send an email.
Did you send another beard pic?
I don't know what. I don't know what it was. So we'll just continue with the drawing.
I'm going to check my phone to see if... Oh. Oh, my. That is not from you. This bar, like, makes me wonder why more bars don't have unique looking bar stools.
Yeah, like this is every customer has their own bar stool.
Do you remember that bar that we drove by that one time?
They're like,
that we didn't go in?
This guy's coming in. I don't know. I don't remember what you're talking about.
I'll just leave it vague for the viewers at home.
Okay.
Those of you near Topak know what I'm talking about.
The people that live near Topak?
Yeah, the people who live near Topak. They know of the bar stools of which I speak. Oh, that is a line.
Yeah, some lines.
What is that? Why? And why did you even draw a line there against the edge?
So that you know.
So that I know what? What do I know now?
They're gonna have like a plate right here.
I can't stop looking at Dave. It's like watching a traffic accident.
There's gonna be like a slice of pie on this plate.
That is a good idea. Pie is always a good idea.
Someone was sitting there with pie. Maybe it was Dave.
I probably saw Dave come in and are like, this is, it's time to go. They're like, what about your pie? They're like, some things are more important than watching the Daily Proposal, you know? Other people probably come. It's probably like an event in this town, you know?
Yeah.
Come see Dave.
He will propose.
Yeah, like, when you know, you know.
Okay. Now I'm done. Now that you know the diner that they're in. Like, I could draw like a whole kitchen.
He's easily one of the best looking people you've ever drawn. I don't mean that in the traditional sense. I mean that like in the he's very awful. But not in the traditional sense.
Right.
He's just terrible, but
yeah.
In a unique.
He's just forward.
Save the image, friend. 32 years of age. You ever even been in a bar?
Yeah.
Have you? I mean, we both went to a video game bar that one time. You remember that? We were there for 10 minutes and then left. Wait, you didn't come.
No, I didn't go. I didn't do that.
That was your brother and and your other brother.
I went to a different video game bar and I stayed for a couple hours.
How many Dr. Peppers did you have in that time?
None. I just drank water.
Wow. You know they hated you probably for that. You ever feel that way when you're at a restaurant and the waitress is like, "Oh boy, I'm gonna sell him a $3.29 fountain beverage," and you're like, "I'd like water, please," and you're like, "Well, there goes half my tip." You know. Also, restaurants, how do you get away with serving a $3.29 fountain beverage? Like, that is highway robbery. You ever been stopped on a highway and they're like, "Before we let you go any further, here's a fountain drink and that'll be $3.29," and you're like, "Oh, I shouldn't have driven this way."
How come when I was saving it, you were asking all these questions?
These rhetorical questions for the room. Josh in the corner over there, he's nodding his answers. You know, nodding is a much more sophisticated form of speech than you might think. This is the point in the video where I realized that I should have been thinking about what I was going to draw the whole time.
Yeah, you got to draw forward as always. Forward.
I've lost the ballpoint pen. Black
always.
ink. See, we're purists. We're artist purists.
Are you explaining everything because Olan Rogers is watching?
I mean, for any new, yeah, maybe. You think he's made it this? Like, he had nothing better to do than watch 30 minutes of this? You know?
I mean, maybe.
Hi, Olan. It's an honor to, like...
Just imagining that you might be watching this.
I know. It gives me those goosebumps in my stomach. Like, it's like butterflies on your arms. Think of what butterflies crawling on your arms would feel like. I know that's like a horror story for you, but it would feel similar
You'd
to
be trying to get to that blood inside you.
That's not what they do. Those are mosquitoes and bats.
Butterflies drink blood.
Very, very rarely. I don't think they have the teeth to extract the blood. Like they have to find
but like if you already have a
like if you have like a gushing geyser of a jugular and they're just like, oh yes, I'll take a sip. Like maybe. Like if they're iron deficient or something.
No, like if you just have a small cut, they'll come suck it right
How?
out.
Oh, okay. I will challenge anyone at home watching, except Olan. You don't have to do this if you
Yeah,
don't want.
please
Everyone else
don't.
must. Go.
Your blood is too precious, Solid.
That is like he's clicked out. He's clicked out of the video and he is like looking
Well,
up.
I'm saving him then from your drawing.
Yeah, that's clever. That's good. We care about you, Olan. Please don't file any restraining orders yet, unless they're against butterflies.
Yes.
But I would challenge anyone other than Olan to, the next time you get a paper cut, just rush outside and hold it up in the wind.
Well, like there has to be butterflies around.
Well,
like,
okay, but like
you
there's
live in
always
Arizona,
butterflies.
You
There's
live in Arizona. There's
always butterflies around. Not in the winter particularly. You in the southern hemisphere, hold up your fingers next time.
Just go to like the butterfly place.
Yeah.
Well,
come on, that's not fair. Butterflies land on everything there. But like if you hold up a paper cut in the butterfly,
they'll land on you and they'll drink your blood.
If you can show me a video of you in the butterfly pavilion with like a congregation of butterflies all gently licking the blood out of your paper cut, then I will eat my words.
Okay.
Such a video.
We'll print out the words and
I'll eat them. It's how people used to say I'd eat my hat. This is a variation of that.
Yep.
Forward as always. This is going to have to start with a bridge.
Yeah. I just also want to reinstate.
Reinstate? That is like we have fired someone and then we've realized that something went wrong in our judgment. So we're giving them back the position that they recently held with an apology and a bonus. That's what you're doing?
No. There's more than one meaning to the word
reinstate.
Yeah.
Restate, possibly.
No, but I'm reinstating.
Reinstating?
Yeah.
Go on.
I am reinstating our position on how you should buy this book. Forward as always.
How you should buy it?
Yeah.
Oh, like
you should buy it.
Oh, but like, what do you mean how? Like on Amazon or Barnes & Noble?
However he's selling it.
So you're not doing on how they should buy it. You're just saying they should do it again.
Yes.
You're restating.
No.
Because that is the proper English word.
Reinstating.
Reinstating
our
is
position on how they should
the grammar
buy it.
team is shaking their heads both up and down. I don't know what that means over there.
That's called nodding.
Well,
That's a.
but like one of them is.
Yes, that is proper grammar.
I think it's lame.
Like you may not prefer the word I'm using, but it's proper grammar.
I think it's unfortunate that there's a word for shaking your head up and down. It's called nodding.
Yeah.
But shaking your head left and right is just called shaking your head no. Why is that a thing?
Well, no, but if you just say shaking your head,
but like
people assume it's left and right, and nodding is up and down.
When somebody says they're shaking their head, I assume they're having like a panic attack.
No.
And it's just like the butterfly has landed on them and they're just like freaking out.
Then you're the one
They're
that's
shaking
wrong.
their head like Harlem Shake style.
Everyone knows that when someone says shaking their head, it's just a no.
When you say everyone knows.
Yeah, everyone. Every human.
Every
except for
human?
you, apparently.
I just think there should be a better word for it.
Buy Olan Rogers' book.
Yeah,
he needs at least 5,000.
Yeah. We want him to become a New York Times bestseller.
Which minimally requires 5,000.
Yeah, but I think we've already bought, we have one.
And if you work for New York Times, just put him on the list.
Yeah, like just sneak him on.
Yeah.
Go watch any of his videos. The Lions Blaze, the Duel. The Duel is probably
like you don't even
that video.
If you work there, you don't even need to look at or read the book.
Just trust us.
Go watch one of his videos and then make it number one first seller.
Number one first seller? I don't think that's what
Best
it's called.
seller.
I don't think you know what it's called.
Is this a table?
Why would this be a table? Seriously, man. This is a car, obviously.
Okay, is it a car on a table?
No, it's just...
Are you sure it's a car?
I am questioning everything. Everything.
Like, is it a clown's car? Like, why does it have like a nose?
There's a lot of things wrong with this car. I'd just like to point that out. I have drawn cars on this channel that didn't look like this. I would like to say...
You've also probably drawn cars that look worse than this.
That's also very true. Oh, that...
Those wheels are not connected. Oh. Is that how this car works?
Look, I drew a car recently that didn't look bad. It was the first time. I've clearly forgotten since then. Like, that's the thing. Dude, I just looked at it. Oh, it's so bad.
Like,
what is it?
It's not even the shape of a car.
It's not. It's like a shoe. Like a weird shoe.
Mm-hmm. We drew shoes last week. And you gave it a nose.
So I did.
Like, why is it drawn in black? Like, was that supposed to be a light? Because lights aren't black.
That's fine. It's the light. Oh my. Sorry, Olan. Sorry you had to see this.
Like a nose of honking. Like this clown nose.
It's not honking. It's sneezing. Obviously. No, that's the light.
You already drew a shoe with a sneezing guy on it.
Maybe that's just stuck in my head. Maybe I haven't gotten that out of my system yet. How do cars? That's clearly
Like a car from Whoville.
You know, that actually helps this situation a little bit. Maybe if I give him an abnormally large nose.
Whoville characters usually have small noses, don't they?
Oh, you're right. Dang it. Nothing about this. Okay. The mouth is... And the eye is... The ear is... Oh, that is unfortunate. Hair covers a multitude of sins.
I don't like this.
I don't like this drawing either, okay? I got nervous because Olin's watching. That's my excuse this week.
Yeah. I mean, you can't use that excuse every week, of course.
Well, I mean, maybe. Maybe he's been watching the whole time.
Or maybe from now on, at least.
Wouldn't that be a thing?
Like
If
he like comments in this video
I would
and then
be...
like starts commenting on all of our videos.
This is wood grain. It's the kind of stuff they make cereal out of. Wood grain.
I don't think that's an accurate statement.
I think Willy Wonka said it once.
You may have.
I trust him.
Willy Wonka does say things. Is the road also made of wood? It has some grain.
It's not a road, man. It's like a dock.
Oh, okay.
I have so many apologies to make for this car. It's like the mayor of Apache Junction's car.
Also, like the neck. Like he's not holding on to the wheel.
You know why? I'll tell you why.
The mayor of Apache Junction's car is better than this. Like it had a wooden door, like plyboard just taped on to where the door should be.
This guy
It's self-driving.
tried to buy a Tesla.
But he bought, they're already on the Model 3, and he's, buying the 2.0.
But, it also isn't a Tesla,
Yeah.
clearly, you know?
Right, no. Some clown sold in this car.
Yes. Dave. Dave is clearly a
Yeah, Dave's
used car salesman.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
he specializes in cars that, clowns designed.
Yeah. So like
as
a clown,
a joke.
like a clown used this car in a circus, and in that circus they were making fun of the Teslas, and they were driving this around, and then they sold it to the used car salesman who sold it to this guy.
How do you make it clear that a car is talking?
You do like that like it's electrical, like a lightning bolt.
That's
symbol,
right.
so that you know that it's a digital thing talking. So is he like proposing to the car?
No, no, that would be. The car is just self-driving, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's clearly dangerous, like Darkwing Duck style,
Right.
like. And it's it doesn't know where it's going, and it
Yeah, like it's self-driving, but it's not self-seeing.
it's like if you used Apple Maps to direct your driving,
Right.
your self-driving car. Like if Apple makes a self-driving car, it'll probably look cooler than this, but it won't function much better.
Right.
And it'll also be beyond this guy's price tag, price range.
Yeah,
Because this guy
for like $1,000.
This guy needs, like he bought it like on sale from Dave's used self-driving car lot emporium / smoke shop.
Yeah.
And he's driving it.
Dave really did give off used car salesman energy.
Yeah, he did. I know. That's it. It ties well into this drawing.
It does fit.
That like anybody with a mustache like that, and too desperate to propose to the waitress at the logo. Like, poor Dave. No, not poor Dave. Poor. What did I call her?
I don't remember.
She has a name. Beehive Beatrice.
Oh yes, that's what you called her.
That's important that we get the names right of these characters.
What's your guys' name?
My guy's name is Dennis.
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 I would have recommended Christopher Robin.
No.
Not the beloved storybook character, but the one that goes to little boys' birthday parties.
That one is pretty good. I've forgotten what fish look like.
Especially when they're Batman-themed birthday parties.
Oh, what is that? What is that?
Is that a fish?
It was, but now it has a nose.
I thought that was its eye.
It was originally, but the pen slipped.
This is quite the fish.
I know, right? Look at those waves. Totally real.
Yeah, like that water is. Like, have you ever looked at water and it in any way resembled this? Like, it's just like constant vibrating and.
No.
Like, it's usually still or like a big wave. Or like even maybe
I guess like when wind
waves.
blows water. We're desert dwellers, so like water confuses us to begin with.
Right.
Like I get excited when I see water next to the road, like it's rained and there's a puddle, and I legitimately am like, oh, a lake. Like we used to play in the retention ditches,
right?
Water, as a kid.
Yeah.
You don't even want to know what's in
Just
that.
the only water.
The only water we ever saw, though.
I mean, I wasn't ever allowed to play in it.
Well, yeah, because you'd like get swept away.
Because there would be a syringe.
Yeah, I mean there would.
Sure.
You'd see them floating.
But we would like bring electric boats, like the RC boats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like jumping in puddles was like a big deal for Arizonans. And then and no one knows how to drive in it. This fish is ugly.
Yes. That is one of the worst fish.
Like I'm trying to think of what he's gonna say.
What the fish is gonna say?
What is the fish gonna say?
This is a talking fish with a nose now.
Yeah, there's some more action lines. He's just gotta say something real profound, but also real simple. Like, Oh, it's got to be meaningful.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to invoke all the feeling of this drawing.
You're putting this too high.
I know.
Too
I'm
lofty of a
overselling
goal.
it now. Like
like nothing he says.
I've overthought it and I've overexplained it, and now everything I say is just going to be
like now you have to make it purposefully bad.
I think
so that
I'm going to do something I don't often do.
Draw the box first.
No, I'm not going to put in the words.
Mm.
I'm going to leave it open for interpretation. You know, like whatever
Okay.
you feel this fish would be
Whatever
saying,
the best
your
thing-
mind will fill it in, you know?
Yeah.
Whatever the best thing, because
in fact, put it in the comments. What do you think?
what is
This
the
fish is
ugly
saying?
fish saying?
It's so ugly.
Real ugly. It's like no fins either.
I mean, the guy is ugly too.
He kind of just looks like he was running across the bottom of the
Like
water.
your supposed ear that's like on the front of his face on your guy.
It looks more like a mole at this point. Maybe he
Yeah.
lost his part of his ear.
But he's not as ugly as the fish.
He's not. And he's not as ugly as Dave.
Yeah, well, yeah. They've used car sales vid.
Mm-hmm.
Just the worst.
Yeah, but
And
this guy's
move
not going to...
forward.
Like, I don't know what's going to happen here. You know? I think this guy's not going to make it. It's kind of the vibe I'm getting, right?
Mhm.
And because his car is just negligent.
Yep, this is why you don't buy used self-driving cars when you live next to a dock.
Yeah, you live anywhere else, you're probably okay. Forward as always.
Mm-hmm.
Going always forward. Can't wait to actually read the book and understand what the title means.
Right, yep.
You know?
Yep.
But that's not the point. The point was buying
Yeah,
the book.
got to get our popcorn and sit there, read the book.
Yeah, it is a Friday night popcorn kind of book.
Mm-hmm.
Friday night. If you know Olan Rogers, share this video with him.
Yeah.
You know? They always say Olan Rogers is never more than 7 people out from people that you know.
Yep.
You know, that's what they say about Olan
That is
Rogers.
what they say about him specifically.
You know?
Because, I mean, every other, like, you maybe have heard that about some other celebrity once or twice. But, like, no one wants to meet other celebrities.
No.
Olan Rogers is the only one people are actually trying to get in
it's
contact
it's
with.
like a bad thing other times. They're like, Brad Pitt is, you know, Ben
He's
Affleck
always
is
7
people away from you. And you're like, ooh,
Ugh.
it's too close.
Yeah.
You know, like I can, you know.
And those aren't even, like, bad celebrities comparatively.
I imagine Ben Affleck just smells constantly of cigarette smoke.
Oh, yeah, probably.
You know, like that's a little off-putting.
Yeah. But, like, he's played Batman before, which is better than...
It really helps your image in my mind.
Yeah.
You know, if you've played Batman, it bumps you up to like at least B tier on my tier list.
Yeah.
You know,
But, like, Olan Rogers is S tier by himself.
S tier.
And then there's some A tier.
The man is a visionary.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like they invented S tier because S is in Rogers.
Mm-hmm.
It's at the end.
Yeah.
And where he ends, S tier begins.
Right.
That's what I've
Yeah,
been
because
told.
he's above S tier.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But, yeah.
That's what they say.
I've heard that said many times.
Yeah, it's the only reason that they call it, because people are like, why is it called S tier? This
Yeah.
is why.
Because it's where Olan Rogers ends.
Where S tier,
Begins.
we're going to say it again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So let him know and go buy his book.
Mhm.
Go buy Olan Rogers. You don't even have to know.
I mean, if you know Olan Rogers, then
you
you
already have his book.
have
Yeah.
his book.
because you want him to
But, like, if you don't know Olan Rogers, buy
his book. You know, go check out his YouTube channel. I like how we're plugging his YouTube channel,
Oh, yeah.
like, you know, like us lowly YouTube artists could dare
Yeah.
hold
He has,
a
like,
candle in the wind
He has,
to
like,
his,
millions of views.
and he's so much better than us
Mhm.
at life.
Mhm.
I mean, he's better at YouTube.
Yeah, for sure.
better at storytelling.
YouTube. Yeah.
It's better at making people happy. We haven't figured that out yet.
Yeah, no.
you know? We make people
He's probably better at
mildly
drawing
uncomfortable.
than us. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen him draw, but it
But he's
has to be better than
like,
us.
come on, man. Look at this car. Look at Dave. Look
Yeah.
at the fish.
Yeah. I can't imagine it'd be worse.
Now, see, now I'm imagining it. I can't.
No.
You know, like I was
He's
like, it was like
he's too good at
I was
everything
like
else.
imagining him drawing something, and then it started glowing, and then I was crying in the imagination, you know, because it was just beautiful. It was funny. We all laughed.
Oh yeah,
This man can do. I don't think you understand. This man can do anything.
Yeah,
He can make everything he does is funny.
yeah,
Like
him. Like, go watch the video of him trying to sell you the book because it's the funniest.
yeah, go check out his Instagram. Right? Like,
Yeah.
that's where it is.
Yeah, like because that's the funniest book selling I've ever heard.
Like, this man could sell something boring. Come on, help me. He could sell paint.
He could sell
The evil of our world.
potatoes to an Irishman.
That is a
I
saying,
don't,
right?
I
He
don't
could
think
sell
so. I've never heard it said.
water to fish.
Mm-hmm.
He could sell.
Yeah, that's a saying.
Is it?
I think so.
I think I just made it up. Like, I didn't think it was a saying when I said it.
I've heard it
But
said.
then me saying it makes it a. Doesn't really, when does it qualify as a
he
saying?
could make a. He could sell water to a drowning man. That may be it. That could be a saying.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He could
sell.
He could get a person dehydrated to give up their water for a diamond. I don't know.
We're not doing better than whatever that was. That is going to take some unpacking in, you know, when you're lying there trying to fall asleep, you're like, what did it mean? I know it meant nothing, but it also on a subconscious level. We plugged Olan Rogers enough?
We couldn't.
We couldn't.
We're not good enough.
We are not worthy.
Like it's actually an insult.
It's a
to
detriment,
him.
man.
Like-
Us talking good about him makes him look
Yeah,
worse.
because then it's like, oh, this is just one of those weirdo things that they talk about.
Yeah, like, is he even real? Like, come
Mhm.
on. Like, Topoc's not real, clearly. Like, can't play the
Speaking of
camp
which, we need to go completely off topic
because of
It's
the
end
election.
video. And we need to talk about the election.
I would like to
And
just.
like, I know you were trying to avoid this topic.
No. I'm going to art up, like man up, but
Right.
for artists. I'm
You're
going to
gonna be
art up,
artist
and
up?
I will shake your hand. You think they can hear that?
A firm
firm-
grasp of friendship.
The grasp of friend, the clasp of friends. There, that's what it was. That's an Olan Rogers thing,
Yeah.
you know, because it was like mildly interesting. We didn't come up with it.
No.
The point is, Benj, I would like to be the first to officially congratulate you.
Mhm.
You won the election.
Yep, I got 53% of the votes. 10 people voted for me. 3 people voted for Lincoln. 3 people voted for R. Goldman.
R. Goldman.
Yeah,
Goldman.
the lady that's part of the colorist group.
Oh, her.
And then 6 people voted for Isaac.
I will take my place as one of the 6,000 uniform officers that falls under the branch of Artist General. I will wear my uniform with pride.
Yes.
I will also help you co-create the uniform.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to think that as the runner-up, you'll remember me when you're in office.
Mm-hmm.
When you meet.
I might.
when you
You'll
meet
at least
with,
be one of
the
the
president.
6,000 for sure.
Oh, thanks for.
But
I'm glad I made the
I
cut.
should give my speech now.
Your victory speech?
Yeah, my victory speech.
What a to people. Okay.
Um,
Oh, there. Yes. Mm.
this completely planned victory speech that I am going to say right now.
This completely. Yes.
Yes. Right now. Planned victory speech. All color will go away. This I promise.
Such promises.
The new flag, black and white.
Mm.
Black ink on white paper.
Mm-hmm.
All flags will be made of white paper and black ink.
It's beautiful.
Imagine your favorite person wearing clothes
Olan Rogers. Wearing
that
clothes.
are all white and black.
Ah, yeah.
Imagine watching one of those Olan Rogers videos in black and white.
As God intended.
This is what I promise.
So you promised to bring
Bring back black and white.
Yeah, like the old days before they invented color.
Yeah.
It's going to be
It
beautiful.
will be better. Some people might be out there thinking, but we'll miss color.
Mm.
It makes things beautiful. That's because you haven't seen true beauty yet.
Yeah.
You're too bogged down by color.
It's like you're living in the Matrix, and we're gonna wake you up.
Yes. Like just trust us on this. Once you see the world that we will make, you'll understand the beauty. That is my speech.
It's like strangely close to a dictator speech, but you know, you were elected.
Yeah, I won.
You beat out a 1-year-old and me.
And nose first.
And that other lady.
Specifically will be... I mean, can you imagine a nose first statue?
I can't
How
even
beautiful.
imagine. When we redesign the Statue of Liberty in nose first style.
Yeah. Like, and black and white and not
black
green.
and white, yeah. It's gonna look lovely.
Great.
Can't wait to see the presidential portrait that you draw.
Yes.
It's gonna be a thing to behold. It will hang in the White House next to all the other ones that we're gonna have to go back and bleach the color out of.
House.
Yeah, the white and black house. It's much more inclusive.
Yep. And we're gonna
and artistic.
We're gonna get rid of that large green field they have in front of it.
Disgusting, honestly. Yeah. I can't wait to when we just, pour tank after tank of squid ink on the lawn just to make it,
Yeah, we're going to need so many squid farms.
Just go look at the old photographs of the White House. That's what it's going to look like again. We're going to bring it back to how it was.
Right, how it should have always been.
It's going to be lovely. Artist General, I salute you.
And I salute you, random member of the 6,000 group.
I love Olan Rogers.
As do I.
See you next time.
Bye.
You think love was a little much?
No.
I feel like it might have scared him.
I think if he made it this far, he's fine with it.
As always, we're surprised you made it this far into our video.
There's no way we could possibly ask you to subscribe to this atrocity, so we won't.
We would say share it with your friends, but it's probably better for wasting your enemy's time.
We're probably not going to get any better, but we will keep drawing.
See you next time.